For most of human history, one question has quietly haunted scientists. How did the first people ever reach the Americas? When you look at a map, the distance feels impossible. Vast oceans, frozen lands, no ships, no roads. And yet, humans made it. Modern humans didn't appear everywhere at once. Our story begins in Africa, specifically in regions that are now Ethiopia and Somalia. This is where Homo sapiens first evolved. For hundreds of thousands of years, humans stayed there, adapting, surviving, and slowly learning how to master their environment. Then something changed. Small groups began walking out of Africa, not knowing what waited beyond the horizon. As generations passed, humans spread across eastern and southern Africa, then moved into the Arabian Peninsula. From there, they traveled deeper into Europe and Asia. Along the way, they encountered other human species like Neanderthals and Homo erectus. Sometimes they competed. Sometimes they replaced them. And sometimes they interbred. Traces of those ancient encounters still exist inside our DNA today. But the greatest mystery remained: the New World. For a long time, scientists could only guess. Fossils, stone tools, and ancient landscapes offered clues, but nothing definitive. One major idea suggested that people crossed from Asia into North America using a land connection during the Ice Age. This wasn't a narrow bridge like many imagine. It was a massive stretch of land, wide enough to support animals, plants, and entire human communities. This region is now known as the Bering Land Bridge, or more accurately, the Bering Plain. Around 23,000 years ago, humans from Siberia moved onto this frozen land. They didn't rush across it. Instead, they stayed there for thousands of years, surviving brutal cold, scarce food, and constant danger. They hunted massive animals, adapted to extreme climates, and learned how to live where few others could. Then the ice began to change. As the glaciers slowly melted, the land bridge started shrinking. Around 15,000 years ago, people began moving off the land and into the Americas. For years, this was still just a theory. But everything changed when scientists unlocked the secrets hidden inside ancient DNA. By studying the genomes of ancient human remains and comparing them with living native populations, researchers discovered something remarkable. The genetic evidence showed that the first Native Americans came from a single major migration out of Siberia. They remained isolated in the north for thousands of years, cut off by ice and climate. Then, about 13,000 years ago, those people split into two groups. One group moved south and spread throughout North America. The other continued further, eventually populating Central and South America. Scientists were even able to estimate this split by analyzing the DNA of a single child who lived over 12,600 years ago. His remains carried the genetic timestamp of that ancient division. But the story didn't end there. DNA also revealed something unexpected about Native American origins. Their genetic makeup isn't linked only to East Asia. There is also a small but significant connection to Australo-Melanesian populations. This includes groups connected to Southeast Asian hunter-gatherers, Papua New Guineans, Pacific Islanders, and even indigenous Australians. This raises an astonishing possibility. Some of the earliest people who contributed to the ancestry of Native Americans may have traveled incredible distances across Asia and coastal regions long before modern navigation existed. These ancient humans moved farther than we ever imagined, mixing with other groups along the way, leaving fragments of their journey written into the human genome. Today, humans have reached nearly every corner of the planet. More than 80% of Earth now shows signs of human influence. Yet studies like this remind us how little we truly understand about our beginnings. Our ancestors crossed frozen plains, survived endless winters, and walked into unknown lands with nothing but instinct, resilience, and the will to survive. The story of the first people in the Americas isn't just about migration. It's a survival story. A reminder that humans didn't conquer the world through strength alone, but through adaptation, endurance, and the courage to keep moving forward into the unknown.